What's good? It's your boy JY. We're here at YCS Anaheim 2025, and we have a special deck profile. We're here with Alex, Base, Loli.
Oh god.
OGs.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
You finished top 8 at YCS this weekend.
I did.
Before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know, Alex was actually one of my kind of idols. I looked up to this guy when I was starting out in the game.
Tell him to stop. He's literally
And we've been friends for years.
We have. That much is true. That much is true. Yeah.
You're rocking the Break Your Limits hoodie. Shout out to HiQ.
Shout out to HiQ.
Broke your limits this weekend.
Yeah, I did. I really did. Then I put him back on in the feature match, but that's neither here nor there.
So you got your prizes here, and tell us, what was it like getting back? I know you're not really into the game at the moment. You kind of dab in and out.
Yeah.
Tell us your experience and the run-up. Why did you play this deck, and what deck did you play?
Sure, I'd love to. So firstly, I just want to mention, I did not want to do deck profile at all. Not that my deck is secret by any means. In fact, I feel like I didn't put in a lot of legwork into the deck. But I think I could just post my list online. And that's what I've been playing a lot of One Piece, and so that's what they do. The culture is a little bit different, and the shoutouts, dang, the shoutouts, they take forever. Just like I'm doing right now, right? I guarantee 90% of the people on this video are skipping past this part as we speak. But JY, like you mentioned, is a dear friend of mine. So great to finally meet him, and also I realized that some of the people in my promo that really helped. Some of the people I mentioned in my promo who really helped with the deck, they were, that was true, but there were a couple more people who really helped me make this run happen, and I definitely wanted to give them some thanks and share gratitude. So JY gave me the opportunity to do so, and I'm happy to support my boy, for sure.
So give us your shout outs now. Tell us, who do you want to shout out?
Sure. Actually I did, okay. I just realized I kind of skimmed past your question. I'll circle back. We'll circle back to it. Big shout out to my OTS store project, CCG. We go way back. They actually also, my wife works with them for events, so they're basically part of the family. Johnny and Dennis and all of them, they're great. I've made so many great long-lasting friendships there. Nikki, Shane, Clark, Ryan, the whole gang, everybody who plays One Piece there. I don't know if I can say, I couldn't say that on the Konami promo, but I'll say it here. But, a big proponent, Adam Cisneros, a solid W, I'm not going to say his whole name, but you know who I'm talking about.
Of course.
And one of the GOATs, and a guy named Ivan Lee. The Thursday before the tournament, I showed up with a pure Yummy deck. On Monday, by the way, you got to keep in mind, this is to answer your question from before. Monday, I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. I had taken a break since last Anaheim, in which I played Fiend Smith Rise-Eel, so that's quite recent. But prior to that, didn't really play anything, and I didn't, between then, Mitsurugi cards came out, all these cards came out. I haven't really looked at any of them. I just kind of wanted to come and play for fun, cheer on my homies. Adam Cisneros, who I mentioned, it was playing, and he was like, we should play together, and I was like, okay, fine. And then my buddy Joe from Top Choice Gaming, he said that too. So see, I'm doing shows as I'm talking. You guys are gonna click past this, whatever. But they were like, we're gonna play, and I was like, okay. I had a Gundam regional today that I was signed up for, shout out to Bandai, and I missed it because I was X2, and my homies were telling me I'm literally getting baited. I gotta go 5-0 today because now it's 5 rounds instead of 3 rounds. And but sometimes you do gotta break your limits. Shout out to HiQ. That's and shout out to Vagabond. Of course, if you haven't read that manga, you have to. Shout out to Blue Lock. If you haven't read that manga, you have to. All these series will change your life like they changed mine. So enough yapping. I got the deck for you. Any other questions, JY?
No. It's been great so far. All right, let's see what you.
Let's do it, because brother, I could talk forever. So okay, here we go. So I played Yummy Mitsurugi actually. So I'll start with the Mitsurugi engine. So I played 3 Habakiri, just kind of the heart and soul of this engine. The effect is broken and there's no restriction on it. 1 Ame no Murakumo no Mitsurugi as the payoff. And then I played actually Saji, like the other Yummy Mitsurugi decks do, but I also played Aramasa, Kusanagi, and I played Futsu. And Futsu was kind of the reason I thought this engine would be really good. Otherwise, what's the point of playing these brick cards in like Yummy when you can play it pure, play more non-engine, and your deck is just more consistent on average. But Futsu, first of all, these cards double as board breakers because of Murakumo's effect, obviously, the payoff. And you can set it up even when you go second. And so I think you can sacrifice some non-engine and use this as like your non-engine potential to break boards when you go second. So super important in that regard, which Yummy honestly has a problem doing by itself. And I haven't even gotten started with the Yummy cards. But the other reason too is that when you play against other Mitsurugi decks, you're really trying to, because they're gonna Murakumo you back, you really need to like Futsu, like set up like Futsu with these guys in grave, and then start like summoning them back to protect Futsu, but also to basically recur resources and grind with them. The last reason too is that Futsu, it's hard to get, like Murakumo can't just climb over it. It's hard for that, it's a little bit awkward, even with the Yummy field spell for the Yummy deck to clear it. And then it just gets to sit there and you basically get to Murakumo, because I like to link Murakumo off a lot. And also I make Zombie Vampire, which you'll see is my main bridge. And so Murakumo is likely in my grave. But I want to have the agency to use Murakumo when I want, as opposed to just like shotgun it. Because for those of you who saw my feature match, you guys saw what happened when I lacked agency and I just sold. That was crazy. So that was probably the worst I've ever played in my life. But you know, hey, it's that is peace because I started playing on Monday, so I don't even care. I don't care. I literally don't.
Bro, you're one of the great stories.
Gotcha. Hey, look, I got nothing to prove. I knew what I was getting into. So this is the monster package. 3 prayers to search off of at the end of your combo, you search it. And then 2 ritual, and then 1 mirror, and then to go with the mirror is 3 pre-prep. The reason why it's 2 ritual as opposed to 1 is because I think Droll is really popular in the format, and Droll is going back in a lot of people's main decks. Steven's going crazy right now over there. Shout out to Steven. Shout out to my man. Trust me, he's gonna be way quiet when we start cube drafting. I guarantee it. The second ritual is in the deck for you know, it's good to hard draw because if they droll you, you're able to like play. You're able to play anyway. So if you're able to like stick a Murakumo on the board with a prayer set, you're low key big chillin'. So honestly, I wanted more ways to access my deck without like it's like when the people played like 2 surprise. It's a good way to access engine when you're under droll and you're not able to search your deck. 3 pre-prep. Pre-prep is like a god card. Mirror is a brick, but in some hands, if you draw like a very Mitsurugi heavy hand, Mirror can kind of get you there, even under droll, which happened a couple times. And Mirror also, the fact that it can recur itself, because it lets you firstly ritual summon 3 times in a turn. Without it, you can't. And then when you shuffle it back, you can basically start grinding with your opponent. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not grind a single time. So they generally just died, but I think it was because Futsu on the clapback just kills them. So anyway, now for the Yummy engine, and by the way, I'm going to show this Yummy engine, but this was mostly like a Mitsurugi deck, to be honest. I just splashed the Yummy cards in as an option under Droll, and it also gave me more options under Dimensional Barrier, and it gave me a little bit more kill potential just out of nowhere, right? Like out of left field, and it gave me more interrupts when I went first. So 3 Cupsy and then 3 Marshmallow. These are like the good ones, and then the 2 not like they're like kind of like the blank ones if you draw them, but they still start your engine is 1 Cookie and 1 Loli. Yeah. Shout out to me. And with that I played 1 minion and 1 surprise. I don't know if Cameron Neal, who, oh my God, if I didn't mention him in the shoutouts earlier, I mean, this is good because you're not clicking past this part, but he was actually the one who inspired this deck. We played almost identical decks. He is the GOAT. He hooked it up on Thursday, Wednesday maybe. I had no idea what I was doing, and he's like, look, I got you. Copy the homework. So shout out to Cam.
And he's in top 4 right
He
now.
is in top 4 with the deck. He plays a couple more cards than I do. I'll explain our differences in a second. But I played Minion and Surprise, and I don't know if he cited a Croaky or not, but he was saying that's something he was interested in. I, however, did not, because like I said, I'm a Mitsurugi deck splashing the Yummy engine. These cards, Surprise is okay to draw when you're under droll, like same with the other stuff, right? But Minion generally is a brick, so I just wanted to limit, like I think a Croaky will also be a brick most of the time. So this is the engine. I thought it was pretty good. Generally, when I go second, I side out the Marshmallows, 2 of them. So I go down to 3, 1, 1, 1, because the way you break boards going second is through the Mitsurugi cards, so I kept those in. However, I did not start doing that until round 10 of today. There were a lot that I didn't. I can go back to Ritual in a second, but I didn't really know how to play my deck until this morning. So shout out to Bowden, Tabnik, by the way, for that one. See, I gave you guys a shout out when it mattered. This is why I hate shoutouts. You have to give like hundreds of them, and still someone's going to hit me. I'll be like, can't believe you forgot. Whatever. Yeah. Okay, for non-engine, 3 Ash, 3 Bell, 3 Fua, and then 3 Droll and Lockbird, and I guess Talons counts as one, but it was more like it was kind of utility, like it's a utility, go second, go first card. But I played 12 hand traps. I hate playing Fualos and Droll, like the idea of playing them in the same deck doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, because if they're under Fua, like you're definitely letting them search a million times, so why in God's name are you like the Droll is just not going to do anything, and if you hold it, sometimes it's fine, and sometimes you can normal summon it as a level 1, but these cards are like a non-bow, and that was like my biggest complaint. I mean, there's no way around it though, and that's like a fundamental flaw of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that not only is it like a dice roll simulator, but also your hand traps, sometimes they combo and sometimes they non-bow, but you have to play them anyway, right? So like, if you see one, you turn skip your opponent, in theory. So I thought Fua was good when I drew it, but like without Droll. I thought Droll was good when I drew it without Fua, but I drew them together I think once or twice, and that was not great because Droll just doesn't do anything. I'm probably Fuaing in that spot every time, but you know, you never know. It can't be that hyperbolic. Bell and Ash double up as board breakers in certain matchups, particularly in Draco Tail. But Bell also serves as a board breaker against Yummy. So, and I think it's kind of a board breaker against, both of these are kind of board breakers against Mitsu. So given that they're both good going first and second, which is a flaw of hand traps, is that when you draw them as your 6th card, they're just useless. Fua can also be okay against Yummy, but I think that's fake. And Droll as your 6th card can also be okay against Mitsurugi, but that's also fake. So I don't even know why people mention that. It's not real in my week of playing. And then Talents was just good. This could be called by, but I thought Talents was just more high impact going second, and that's why I played this over called by. So it's a 40 card deck, notably. Cam plays, I think, 42 or 43. But dude, I want to see my good cards. It's that simple, right? Like, I know there are some bricks in here that you don't want to draw, but if you draw them, it's not the end of the world. You can still play. And I just wanted my deck to be, I wanted to see Cupsy as much as possible. I wanted to see my one-of, like, Talents as much as possible. But if you take that out of context, you could say that I wanted to see Saji and Kusanagi and all of them as much as possible, which I drew Saji a lot. But I don't regret playing 40 because I also drew Fua and Droll and Ash a lot. So I don't care. It's 40. I'm correct. I'm literally right. So the people who are saying play over 40, don't. Draw your good cards. Who cares? So I'll start with side deck and I'll go into my X deck. So side deck, because I guess the X deck is, once you see the main deck, it's kind of it builds itself basically. 3 Retaliating Sea for Draco Tail exclusively. Yeah, I don't need to say anything about that. This card Loki is not even that good though, because if they lead Fenrir, you special this and they just banish it. Like they go Fenrir, play Rahu or Branded Fusion, you special this, and then they're like, yeah, all right, banish. So this card was still okay for me when I went first, obviously, but I also comboed. So having this plus combo, like, what'd you expect? Could have been anything. And then when I have Branded Fusion, it's not even that good. Anyway, I'm not going to explain this anymore. I think this card's fine, pretty mid. These cards, though, were good. I played 3 Lightning Storm, 3 Dark Ruler No More, and 1 Feather Duster as like these board breaker cards. So against Yummy variants, I retool my deck to a more board breaker approach, meaning that like I mentioned, Ash and Bell can both serve as a good 6th card. But I end up taking out like Droll and I trim the Marshmallows, and I take more of a board breaker strategy to them for a couple reasons. First reason, board breakers are just good. No explanation needed there, but also I think Thrust is a really popular card. Talents is really popular. Talents is a 1-of, but Thrust is a 3-of, and I do think people are siding Thrust boards where like they'll side like a Broken Trap card and get it off Thrust, and I just didn't want to play into it if I didn't have to. This was definitely a Cam Neal idea though, but I really did like Lightning Storm against basically everything. And then Dark Ruler I also liked against basically everything. You combo these together also, which is crazy. You know a format is rough when you have to combo board breakers to win. How long am I going? Am I going on forever?
No, it's 15 minutes.
Okay, all right. Let's see if I can get the rest within the 20-minute mark.
Cool.
You know, I'm notorious for making it go really long. Hey, JY, if you're good at editing, you know what to do. Okay, and then the next card I want to talk about in a little more detail, I sided 2 copies of Double Cyclone. This card is for Draco Tail. and it's broken against Draco Tail. This card's phenomenal. Basically how it works, you play a power spell, or you play any spell, like your ritual spell, whatever. If they chain flame, you chain double cyclone, pop this, and pop their other card. And then the flame resolves without effect because it's no longer face up to negate. It also serves as a double up against the Odeon deck, though. I really didn't want to get got by that. It won last week. Shout out to Lil. It's a quick play, and their continuous trap negates face-up cards. And so if you're able to like catch them, like you play like a breaker or a ritual spell, and they go like activate their continuous to negate face-up cards, you could like chain double cyclone, and it's no longer face-up, so they can't negate it anymore. So I thought this card was really good. I only side two though because why would I decided to side Duster, and I think Cam, I don't know if he sided 2 or 3, but I thought 2 was fine. You never want to see 2 of these, right? So. Last card was a Go First package of Called By, Magatama, and Great Purification. Just when I take out the Fualos is when I go first. These came in every time I went first, and they were broken. You can, what ends up happening, I didn't mention this earlier, but because of how the main deck is built, sometimes when you ritual summon enough times, and if you already have prayers, you're searching, you're stockpiling prayers, but post board you have like the spell and trap you can add as well as prayers. So you get all 3 and then you win the game. So that is the side deck. And then extra deck is actually really, really straightforward. There's only really one flex spot. My bridge is Zombie Vampire, like I mentioned. This card is awesome. And then it goes with the Gravity Controller. So you make Zombie Vampire, make Gravity Controller, and then start comboing. That's how you get from Mitsurugi to Yummy. For Yummy cards, I played the 3 Snatchy, of course. I played Almirage because Saji can be made. And that's like a really important interaction, honestly. Whenever you draw Saji, which I did a lot, and you draw a Yummy name, your normal Saji use the effect, and then you make Almirage, and then you start playing with the Yummy cards. And then you go back into your Mitsurugis later. Because you make Heralds first, or you try to anyway. And then I play Link Spider. I think this is the flex spot. I played it in case of Nibiru, but as I started playing the deck more, I realized that I was just really inexperienced with the deck. And I think in hindsight, it should have been either Typhon or Secure Gardener. Because I also played for Link 2s. I played IP, which can go into Secure Gardener if you get Contact Seed, but also there are some spots where you make IP, and then you want to go back into Yummy somehow, and you need to make Secure Gardener. I can't tell you what times those are, but you'll know when you see them. Shout out to Bowden for that idea. So yeah, I'd probably cut Link Spider for the Secure Gardener. But Link Spider day 2 actually it came up 0 times day 1, but day 2 I actually summoned it like a couple times. And then I saved minion for at the end of the turn, and so I go Link Spider, use minion, and I get back into my engine after the Nibiru meme. But I think you can play around Nibiru anyway, just with Futsu, and then you just never tribute it. And then when they Nibiru, you just bring Futsu back, and then you continue to play. Last Link 2 is SP. Goes with IP, goes with everything. Synchros, the 3 ways. Then I played Metal Marcher. Some people say it's not mandatory, but I think it's pretty important. I played, because sometimes you need the extra body to make IP for extra interrupts. Sorrowcat, and then Herald. Sorrowcat puts Herald back. Herald, you make this as an end board piece, but also as a combo piece. And that is the deck.
Any last words?
Sounds like I'm dying. Well, you probably won't see me for a while, so peace.
All right, like and subscribe, guys. Thank you. Peace.